I greet you in the name of the universal just God who blessed us with soul of Trinity. This address is a call but also a question. We are calling for the decriminalization or legalization of marijuana. On the same note, we are questioning, should we decriminalize or legalize marijuana? Either one will be better than its present prohibited status. The effects on society between the options differ, and that precisely beseech a responsible leaning. I emphasize leaning. Those who favor decriminalization must not overemphasize the dangers in legalizations. Similarly, those who favor legalization must understand the importance of partnering with the pro-decriminalization movement. In a nutshell, we need a soft debate between the two. Can we legalize, then later decriminalize, or can we decriminalize, then later legalize? History taught us once a product is legalized, its usage mounts, and the status it has is hardly reversible. There are different forms of decriminalization, and I favor marijuana as a decriminalized control product. Before going much further on why should we decriminalize or legalize marijuana, we may need to highlight why marijuana is prohibited. The primary reason why politicians prohibit marijuana is money. Marijuana is not a very tax-friendly product. There are too many types of marijuana. Some of them smell good, some look good, and some unbearable. Governments have enough research information that understands most marijuana smokers prefer it fresh and natural. People prefer free things or least cost and easy access. Simply put, unless there is some form of control, people will prefer to have it in their backyard or living room rather than from the stores. It will take away many jobs beyond the cigarette and alcohol industries. So there is some understandable reasoning to at least control it. As much as I believe in taxes to government and job creation for society, I also believe in humanity, and the present effects of criminalizing marijuana is a systematic crime against humanity, especially to the black race in America. So the need to compromise is paramount. People must understand government needs taxes to survive, and government's interest is not necessarily against public interests. Likewise, governments must learn to accommodate human weaknesses as part of public interests. Not only do we need different approach to the drug problem, but some strategic alternative options must be employed. As more ex-government officials, from police chiefs to politicians, increasingly favor legalizations, it becomes a sign of hope but also worries. Indeed, legalization is better than criminalization, but there are some serious possibilities with legalizations. The gamble is beyond maximum usage through competitive legal bidding or advertising. Suppose the new legal marijuana industry cannot convince the public into buying their products over harvesting the backyard tree, it could be a big blow financially and health-wise. Legalization means millions will be pumped into research and billions into marketing with convincing claims to attract innocent people beyond America. In this global village, we shouldn't be indifferent to the plight of innocent children anywhere. The cigarette industry is a perfect example. At around age 9, I was legally smoking subsidized American-made cigarettes in one of Africa's poorest nations, the Gambia. Today, the United States government is suing the tobacco industry for over 50 years of lying. A prominent U.S. politician celebrates Iran's high cigarette consumptions. How many of us are indifferent to what cigarette is doing to the millions of children in poor countries? Marijuana won't be no different. They will worsen the effects If we allow them, they will keep playing games on the people and the very companies they license. We must sincerely care for each other in learning, working, and having fun within the boundaries of justice and tolerance. I sincerely believe many people can support marijuana to the comparable level of the so-called responsible drinkers. Like alcohol, I am certain that people will abuse it, or more accurately, it will abuse people. But so is life. The things we cannot change, we must control. By having marijuana as a decriminalized, accessible controlled substance means less crime and criminals, less pre-employment drug tests, less negative association with worse criminals, better research and education on the product and its users, better utilization of tax dollars to finance private prisons, less senseless wars on drugs, less gangs and gang wars. It is important to note that misinformation by government authorities and the media is likely responsible for the wrong focus on drugs as a means to wealth. They are using lies to attract poor kids to drugs. For example, light drug seizures are bloated from its true value to the so-called street value, meaning retail value. We all know the power of words. We choose words including metric choice based on reasons. They understand that wordings have effects on people's minds. And by overestimating drug seizure values and the drug industry, poor weak minds will be attracted to the drug war. I am not claiming there is no money in the drug industry, but I am 100% certain that they are overestimating it on a purpose. I sold wholesale marijuana in the United States for about 3 months, selling about 50 pounds a week. I knew people who sold a lot more on other drugs. Considering the kind of mind God blessed me with, plus my experience, I certainly understand the industry more than many of your trusted journalists and police officers. Every day, I see people who legally make a lot more money than the average drug dealer. If they had caught me with 50 pounds, they will have estimated it in the millions based on its retail value. The reality is I sold wholesale, had partners, had other expenses just like any other business. Wholesale is not retail. Gross sale is not gross profit, and gross profit is not net profit. Since most of our ghetto kids are born poor and hardly have business knowledge, $1,000 a week is a lot and may be bragged as net profit. We have a duty to scrutinize what the ghetto kid, the rapper, the police officers, and the journalists are claiming. Considering there are other important points I want to address, I will urge those who are not convinced that drug money is exaggerated to please visit bioc.net. That's mbioc.net. I will have a more detailed article on it. We have a separate project to help stop pre-employment drug testings. Pre-employment drug testing is one of the worst systematic discrimination in the United States that needs to be confronted. By denying people employment just because they use marijuana, we are essentially sending them to the street to commit crimes. Then we blame them or blame the crimes on drugs, when we should blame it on pre-employment drug testings. I guess some of us cannot look very far, or we simply accept what we want to see. The other project will be more detailed on this topic. I still want you to understand it is originally done on a purpose to filter some people unnecessarily. As we leave it unchallenged, other companies may copy on innocent but faulty purpose. We must establish a database of all companies that drug test unnecessarily to cease the practice forthwith or face boycott or much worse. Black America is worst affected by this unnecessary test. Life is a distinctive test from collective tests. We must focus on the distinctive aspect without ignoring the collective aspect. Due to power distribution, every God's choice, including race,